Hello, hello. Another day for us to connect with spirit, our higher selves, our inner knowing, and tap in to the messages for us today. It's so funny how, these readings, because I watch them again, and it's almost like, well, seeing it from a different perspective, right? And so I'm getting different things from the reading. But then I'll look at other readings that I'm drawn to, and there'll be confirmations and connections with these other readings with my reading, and it's opening up like other ways of interpreting. Like, it's just really cool. I'm really enjoying this process. So there's something to the changing of the perspective. Like, a lot of the times when I'm channeling, things come in and out, and then they're gone, right? And so hearing them from another perspective, as myself listening to a channeler or something, it's bringing in, it's working, and it's really cool. So thank you. If you do come back and check out my readings, or even if this is your first one, it's been a whole process. There's definitely been a link to a lot of the information that's coming through. I seem to be tapping into an energy that is out there because of those confirmations that I'm getting from other tarot readers that are communicating the same kind of thing. So that's really cool. Confirmation, yeah, it's all. And I mean, in an ideal world, I think, we shouldn't need confirmation, right? But it's always nice to have. Okay, we got a 2. That's what happened last time. Okay, let's get some dice for today and get our numbers. We've got a 3, 4, 5, a 5, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, and yeah, the front numbers have been really speaking to me lately, so we'll just include those as well. So 5 and 7 is what, 12? And 6 and an 8. So 12/8, maybe that is a date, December 8th. Though I think we've already passed that date, but who knows, maybe it's a full circle kind of a situation. Something from the past confirming the future or the now. Okay, so I am going to ring this bell, clear the energy, and let's get a rune stone. This one. Okay. And it is the rune Jera, Earth, Cycles, and Right Action. Okay, Cycles and Right Action. So absolutely, I feel like because we're December, end of the year, it's kind of like the end of an old cycle and the beginning of a new. So reviewing the year that you've had, the lessons that you've learned, letting go, reassessing and letting go of things that no longer serve, to make space for the things that want to come in the new year. Okay. So the first thing I'm getting from this card is balance. And that does apply with the letting go of the old and making way of the new, right? It's kind of like an honoring of those old things, because they did serve their purpose. But okay, where is this? Where? Oh, it's at the back here. Recognition. The energy of recognition helps you look at yourself differently. We often have a lot of self-criticism that influences our self-esteem in a negative way. Fear is frequently the barrier that keeps us from doing what we really want to do. So recognize yourself. Let go and show respect for each other and the things we do. Only then can we make our own choices freely, with love and without feelings of guilt. Recognize yourself and the other person. The other person that you are. I feel like it's like at the beginning where I was talking about rewatching my readings after and seeing and hearing myself as not myself. So I'm not holding the same filters or expectations that I would hold upon myself. I'm detaching and allowing me to be separate. And so, so looking at yourself from a different perspective, looking at yourself as if you were your best friend or somebody that you love. And there's just a lot more compassion. We hold ourselves to such high expectations, and oftentimes unrealistic expectations, that we wouldn't dare hold somebody else to. So why do we do that to ourselves, right? And then also the fear. Fear is something that's really important to let go of. I want to say fear of the unknown. And acknowledging that part of yourself, recognizing that part of yourself that is fearful of the unknown, wanting to hold on to the things of the past. It's really important to let that go, let those things go. But it starts with recognition. Okay. I'm going to do a cut and then another shuffle. Okay. And let's take that card. That card. That's a 2-card situation. No. This one. And the 9 of Cups. Okay. Okay. So right away, this Knight of Swords with the Ace of Swords. It's the journey from the start to the end. And it's the level of discernment that's necessary. Right? This one speaks to me of the work you do on an emotional level. It's almost like the versions of yourself that you have been spiraling, coming together into the center to create a whole. These could be aspects of the self. We'll see. We'll see what the other cards want to bring here. Wow. Okay, we've got the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords here. So it's definitely cutting away those old things that no longer serve, having the discernment, facing the future without fear. That's what I'm getting from this one. And the expertise, right? The queen, she is transformative and a master in her own right. So her being on this side with the Queen of Pentacles, who, I mean, come on, she's a regular in our readings. Okay, so we've got these two queens at the top of our reading, which is just blowing my mind here. Right action and cycles. Yeah, and so this is speaking, this Nine of Cups is speaking to cycles, right? This is a cyclical thing. But instead of a circle, we have a spiral, and that implies movement, right? And so you're not stuck in a loop. You are moving closer to the center, closer to yourself. So I'm really getting a sense of this internal work that you have done. And because of it, you have access to celebration, right? And the world, right? Beautiful. And this Ace of Cups here, you're overflowing. The world wants to overflow into your hand. But you need to release the fears. You need to cut away the things that no longer serve, the things, the cutting away of the dead weight, right? I'm thinking about refreshing, like even a hair trim or a haircut. The dead ends that you cut away, and then your hair just perks up because it's no longer carrying these dead cells, right? Scrubbing your body of the extra dead skin and things feeling refreshed. So I'm getting a sense that this is a good time for you to do that, to cut it away. You are mastering this. This is something that is turning into second nature for you. So good job. Good job. Okay, let's get a wild one and see what beautiful, supportive advice, guidance. Well, soul call. Oops. Soul call, dare, and instinct. Okay, what happened here? Ace of Cups jumped up and was replaced by instinct. So that's interesting. The dare and the soul call. Okay. And then we have magic. Magic always seems to be not too far away. But, you know, when you get to this level, magic is, you are one with the magic. Okay. So we've got the soul call. I'm going to put this beside the recognition because I feel like that is something that needs to be recognized, is the call your soul has. And this dare, and it's jumping into this brilliant, brilliant light. Dare to, and jumping off of the star too, right? Into the sun, into the unknown. And I think because you're right here with this Page of Swords, it's embodying the same kind of energy, that your movement towards the unknown, you have the tools to protect, to cut away the things that no longer serve, to move forward, to dare to move forward, leap forward even, right? And then this instinct, well, I mean, you're using your instinct. Instinct is one of your superpowers. It's part of your destiny, is to use your instinct to get you to your Ace of Cups and the world. Okay, so let's see. Let's read what dare. Let's dare to read about dare. Oh, our beauty is so abundant, our bodies so different, our passions so direct. We so often hide in shame the qualities of ourselves that bring attention. We say we are not good enough, not beautiful enough, not thin enough, not smart enough. We hide behind society's demanding modesty for fear of being seen. This card invites you to walk around barefaced, to take off the mask of modesty, to dare to bravely be beautiful and proud of it. Dare to walk everywhere, in the park, in the mall, in the forest, in the grocery store, or in the house, with a sense of awe about who you are. A wonderful being. Dare to be beautiful in sweatpants. Dare to be beautiful in an evening gown. Dare to be happy and laugh. Dare to be sad and weep. Dare to be full of life. Dare to be who you are. Dare to let your hair fly away in the wind on a cool afternoon. Be dare, dazzling and rare exquisiteness. Dare to be beautiful without fear. Dare to be fearless. Dare to move forward protected and celebrated. Because you're a queen. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, let's head on over to instinct. We were given first instincts by the amazing grace of the sacred, pure and simple. It is our primal nature, a quality that returns us from our forgotten selves. We learn young to tame this instinct, to confuse and complicate its function, panicking our minds with nothing but the cry of our own distress, trained out of its natural lust for who we are, our innate knowing of how to respond to the stimulus presented to us in our lives. As odd as it sounds, you must train yourself to listen and attend to the wild in you, speaking its language to lend a hand on your path. Manage your sensitivity and the valued truth of your core essence by paying attention to the distinct action of that first full, fearless quality of body sense. Hold your arms out in doubt of those who are unclear, as they confuse the natural feeling of simply knowing what to do by listening and observing. Allow that first sensation of truth inside you to inform your doubt of self and orient your feelings home. Bring your sensing muscle into play and uncover the wisdom of your body. Don't let your power leave your essence by abandoning your first desire and channeling it through deceit. Observe the language of the body. Respond with heart. Witness your clarity. Stay present. Your organic nature will not deceive you. Reclaim that which you were born with. Listen to the awareness that lives inside your body, the intellect of the wild we are all come to the earth in the company of and have a responsibility to respond to. Use it as a compass to your genuineness and let authenticity step in with its soft strength. Then nothing will compromise you in that moment to leave yourself lost, as in fact you do have what you need to follow your path. Return to this knowing. When in doubt, don't. When you know, do. Leave the rest. There is nothing to fix. Yeah, this is your innate ability. And it's your key to your success in the world, in the vessel that is you, overflowing, and destiny. Lovely. Yeah, and you had that recognize your ability to do that. Okay. Soul call. Stay awake. Hear the call. Follow the heartbeat of the earth and listen to your internal radar. It will show you the expanse of every moment. Survival of the wild. Your authentic self is knowing every moment awake, hearing your soul's heartbeat, listening to your connection to the one, allying with the mysteries of the universe, and experiencing the magic of your presence. Step out of your holding pattern. There is no safety in that. Be conscious in memory of all who have come before and all who will come after. There is no reason to walk asleep. Understand all matters. Fall into your knowing of everything you see, hear, feel, and experience so you can be in the activity that stirs each moment of your being. Be your own ally. Reveal yourself to yourself. You are earthborn. Know you rest in the arms of the wild and thrive. Yeah. So, I mean, I am getting with this Knight of Swords because it's such a straight on, fixed, ready for battle. You know, there could be some lingering fears, and it makes sense near the daring to move forward without fear. It's hard. I mean, this could have been um, a safety mechanism, this part of ourselves that's always ready to defend, right? This isn't attack mode. This is defend mode. And yeah, this reading is letting us know that we can dare. We don't have to be as reliant on this to move forward anymore. Or even just trusting that this aspect that we've given our time and attention to ensuring is available to us is. So we don't need to put any more attention on that. It's solid, it's good. It knows when it needs to show itself, right? It's not something that we need to keep putting our attention on and making sure that it's available to us. It is, it's part of us. So now it's time to leap into the unknown with confidence. With confidence. Right? Okay. Let's see if we've got anything from the Magical Botanical Oracle deck. Bottom one, okay. Let's see, we've got Hellebore, who speaks about internalizing and reassessing, going within. The puppy, and Flyagaric. So we've got some red here, so it could be grounding, and going within. So that is always the best way to check in with yourself, is to go within, to create quiet moments for yourself. Quiet the external chatter. Right? Okay, so it's a water element. Hellebore is found in a reading when you need alone time to be unseen and unheard, to reflect upon your own life and your own path. The spirit is gazing off in her own direction, unconcerned about us, doing her own work, and Hellebore teaches us how to do the same. We might need to set the boundaries of our alone time more aggressively, as others could impede and pressure us to support their needs. When we are alone and unseen, we will bloom. I am silent and still to hear the voice of the goddess. Yeah. And your inner higher being is that goddess or God. Energy is fluid, and we have both masculine and feminine inside of us. So make it apply to yourself. You can look at the feminine energy as, your internal realms, and the masculine energy as your external realms. And right here, we're speaking of your emotions. So we're very much in the internal realms with these two queens at the front, at the top here. Okay, beautiful. Then we have the poppy, which is also water. Here, Poppy appears as a dream phantasm to the sleeping poet-artist reclining in slumber, surrounded by the stars outside and within. The twin guardian stag skulls, illuminated by candlelight, urge us to seek the truth between the horns among the stars. Poppy tells you to pay attention to your dreams and find your creative voice in those dreams. Let go of assumptions about yourself and what you can and cannot do, and find your creative sense of self. Enter in the mystery of your own being and return with your own treasures. Yeah, that makes me think of this daring to leap into the unknown. Our logical brain, the one that wants to always be prepared for an attack, it's going to look at the unknown differently. It's going to try to make sense of it, and it's going to try and anticipate things so that it can be prepared. But you don't need to do that anymore. You are prepared for anything and everything, and you have the expertise to discern what needs to be done. And so this is the perfect time for you to leap fearlessly, knowing that no matter what the unknown presents, you are ready. You can handle. You will roll with it. Rest and regeneration is essential to my health is the affirmation. So that goes with the checking in with the self constantly. This was a card in last reading, so please do, if you are resonating with any of these readings, follow them back in time, because they're connected. They're absolutely connected. This Queen of Pentacles, these reoccurring cards, the messages are, this is your time to shine. This is your time to follow your soul call. This is the time to recognize your capacity and ability to move forward and create the life that you want, and trust your intuition and your inner knowing, and to celebrate that, because you've come a long way. So there's that message. And then Flyagaric, which is fire. Nice, we got two waters and a fire here. Flyagaric indicates an opportunity to enter into the wondrous world of spirit and make contact with a deeper level of awareness, catalyzing your own creativity and healing. You must be willing to take the risk of being perceived as foolish or crazy, and also take the time to listen in order to learn. There is communion with nature, from the fairy beings to the fox and the hare, the caterpillar and the ladybug, all under the moon's light. The fox brings craftiness to the interpretation, where the hare's gift is of speed and fertility. The caterpillar is the totem of transformation, as is the ladybug, moving from a frightening larva state to the beautiful, familiar bug who is the sign of love and good fortune. I am part of the enchanted world. Yeah, make contact with deeper levels of awareness, and that works really nice with this dream realm and going within, right? Because these realms, these communions with nature, spirits, they're all very subtle. It's a very subtle resonancy. And so you need to be in a state of receptivity to hear it, to be involved. So, yeah, also when you do make a connection with other realms and spirits and inner knowings and stuff like that, take a moment to recognize where and what the environmental factors were that brought you there so that you can recreate it, right? Okay. I think I'm going to do an I Ching. Seems right. Let's tap in to the I Ching, which is a very satisfying shuffle deck because it's bendy, flexible. Flexibility is way more comforting than rigidity. And that is part of your daring to jump into the unknown, is your ability to be flexible, your ability to roll with whatever comes across your path. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pull. Splitting apart. Decay. Decline is the commitment of increase and is inevitable. No blame. Wait and do nothing. Generously support those in your sphere to preserve and strengthen your relationships. You will be isolated, even face defeat. Maintain ties with superiors, even though you must deal with inferiors. Negativity is self-consuming. Cooperation affects change, and better times return. Yeah, so I think that this splitting apart is speaking of, the hesitation before you leap, right? I'm being shown the Spider-Man movie where he is jumping for the first time off a building. Nope, that's Neo. Okay, it's not Spider-Man. Maybe it is. I actually haven't seen it in long enough that it's not super clear. But even with Neo, right, that doubt that enters his brain, that hesitancy when he first tries to make the jump, and it acts as a counteracting, right? It made it so that when he was about to leap, all of the gusto, the belief, the energy that would have carried him across the gap was confronted by the resistance, which interrupted his leap, which caused him to fall. And so this splitting apart with the recognition, I think, is to recognize those parts of yourself that are interrupting or counteracting your efforts to leap into the unknown. And so, yeah, so I don't, and then that was it. That's what, and then my brain just stopped. Wait and do nothing. So the wait and do nothing can be taken in several ways. I feel like the wait until those You recognize that those resistant factors are no longer factors before making your leap. Otherwise, you're just going to continue falling because it's like a invisible wall that's, over the gap that you just keep running into. So instead of continuously running into this wall, just stop and recognize the fears that are creating this block and dealing with them before making your leap. Maintain ties with superiors even though you must deal with inferiors. So that makes me think of your higher self and your ego. I don't know why, but maybe that is something, a message point, leap point for you. Cooperation affects change and better times return. Yeah, this cooperation, the splitting apart at the beginning and then the cooperation at the end is when you are working with yourself instead of against yourself. You're going to, leaps and bounds, right? And that's part of the shadow work too, is the recognition of those parts that are serving and the parts that aren't. Like your protective defense doesn't need to, it's gotten tyrannical, or it could have gotten tyrannical, right? So it's actually the wall being like, we don't know what's going on, what's going to be in the unknown. You shouldn't leap. What if there is, a pile of broken glass that you land in? So just don't jump, right? And so our fears could be our block, and it's a part of ourself. It's part of ourself, and it was meant to protect us, but we need to play an active role in that relationship and go within and, put it at ease. Thank it for its service, but be like, I got this now. Don't worry. If I need you, I know how to get you. I know how to contact you, right? I know that you would be there in a minute's notice, but I don't need you anymore to block me or protect me from moving forward. Okay. And then let's get an animal card, an animal totem. Let's bring the animals in here. See if anybody wants to pipe up, lend in some of their medicine on how, when and where and what. Oh, we've got alligator and dolphin. That's beautiful. Okay. Now, and that's a 40 and a 50, which is also kind of cool. Let's go to 40 because it's right here. Breathe with me, breathe in the divine, manna of the universe, in oneness we entwine. Manna is life force. Manna is present in every atom and is Great Spirit's essence. Dolphin teaches us how to use life manna through our breath. It revitalizes each cell and organ and breaks the limits and dimensions of physical reality so that we may enter the dream time. This reality has a new and different place from the seas that the dolphin has known. If dolphin has appeared to you today, frothing through the waves in your spread, You are to be a link to some solution for the children of earth. This can be a time when you are to link with Great Spirit and bring answers to your own questions or to those of others. In addition, this can mean a time of communication with the rhythms of nature. You are put on notice to be mindful of your body's rhythms and patterns of energy being fed to you from the Creator. Imitate dolphin and ride the waves of laughter, spreading joy in the world. Breathe and experience the manna so freely given. Break existing barriers and connect to the dream time or great star nation. Know that we are all whole in the eyes of the ever-living one. Beautiful. Yeah. Time of communication with the rhythms of nature. And that's exactly it. This work that you do, or that we do on the internal, right? We're tapping in to the nature rhythms, the rhythms of nature. It's beautiful, dolphin. Beautiful. Okay, alligator, what you got? Alligator. Alligator pie. Alligator pie. If I don't get some, I think I'm gonna die. Okay. Alligator, let me drop your judgments, accepting life with grace, so that forlorn care and worry will vanish from my face. Let me integrate each moment, digesting life with ease, counting all my experiences as equal opportunities. Beautiful. Okay, now I just, sorry, these readings are so long, so I just, scan a bit. Okay. Have you ever been rushing through life and not taking the time to count your victories or to digest your rites of passage? If so, it could be time to honor your progress, mindful with quick fix solutions do not support long-term goals. Avoid getting stuck in the duality and quagmire of the human judgment game. Use calm resolve, review your healing process and life lessons, integrate the growth you have attained. In all cases, Gator is telling you that something may have escaped your perception. Ask yourself what viewpoint or possibility did not get factored into your assessment. Did that missing piece of the puzzle keep you from having an accurate overview of what is now occurring? If so, it is never too late to reevaluate the situation for a more integrated and flexible point of view. Remember, Gator's eyes and nostrils are often the only part of its body above water while it senses its surroundings. Gator integrates all probabilities before it makes its move. Okay, Gator. That's beautiful. So, I'm getting nothing more to add to that. So yeah, your dream times. Maybe you are having vivid dreams right now, and there might be some examples of parts of you that need to be reassessed or looked at or considered. My dreams have been just hard to decipher. I've just been thinking about cutting my hair short because trying to grow it long just never works for me, and it's like this whole thing, and I've finally got to a place where I'm like, okay, I am fine. Like, I'll just have short hair. I'm fine with that. I'd rather have hair that I feel comfortable with instead of hair that every time it's down, I'm putting it up anyways and getting it out of my face. So why can't I just have short hair? And then I don't have to, have those moments where I try to wear my hair down and I don't like it and I put it up out of my face. So, but then my dream last night was my hair was long, and I was like, how did my hair grow so long? And yeah, it was, I don't know, maybe that was a part of me letting go of that happening, right? Like that's what kind of people who are always trying to grow their hair long, that's the goal they're always seeking, is this like moment where you're like suddenly, oh, my hair is long and beautiful. And I just don't have that kind of hair. And so I kind of lived it out in my dream, felt what that felt like, and it was great. But then woke up with this knowing that that's just not this life, and that's okay. So, so yeah, find those moments, go within and check in with yourself, be in balance, recognize the cycles in life. And maybe it's about a little bit of educating yourself on the cycles of life and maybe finding your place within the cycle. I mean, we all are in there somewhere, but using it for our benefit, like the moon, the waning and the waxing of the moon. When it's waning, it's a good time to release and let go of things, and when it's waxing, it's a good time to set intentions for things that you want to bring in, like just being more aware of the natural cycles of life, and finding ways to utilize that using your instinct and your discernment. So there we have it. I'm just going to do a couple, well, see if there's any angel guides, angel cards that want to come out and speak to us. Add to this reading. Okay. Listen to the fine voice of your guardian angel and follow it. The power of prayer will help when all else fails. It's that checking in with the self, right? Feel the inner bliss and share your blessings outside. Yeah. What is it? When you smile, sunbeams shoot out your face, and I don't know if it's something like that. Be like the angels, share on the earth, and live in God. So, yeah, this sharing your blessings and sharing on the earth, with this Three of Cups celebration, you're celebrating versions of yourself, but you're also celebrating where you've come, how far you've come, and the parts and the people along the way. Okay, the stars sparkle with a message from the angels for you. So yeah, be really open and receptive to your inner instinct and guidance. Divine light and celestial music guide you home. Close your eyes and listen to the choirs of the angels. Is that going within, Halabor? Recognize the rhythm of your life and go along with it. And water flows and adapts itself without losing its nature. Yes, be water, my friend. And that's great because we have this water energy over here. Okay. So there we have it, our beautiful reading. What's going on here? I'm going to ring this bell to create a full circle from start to finish. Thank you for these beautiful messages. Thank you, Spirit, and thank you for being here and witnessing. And hopefully this all is helpful, or some of it, any of it, along your path to yourself, your center, your abundance, and your balance. Okay. And I'm not sure why I have this fuzz right here on my camera, but I'll try and figure that out for next time. Okay, have a wonderful whatever you're doing. Make it awesome. Bye, love you.